Hello everyone. Today I'll be reviewing the Maibatsu MonstroCiti based on the Mitsubishi Pajero produced between 1997 and 1999. The MonstroCiti has a good selection of customization. It's very high quality, it's very plentiful as well, as I've said. You can really make a lot of builds with this. Its price is it costs $1.4 million, so even though that's a lot, in the GTA Online economy, that's decent. It's acceptable, even though it really isn't. But for the exhaust, I tried my best to mimic the real life version. In the rear, there's only one singular exhaust, but you don't have that option, sadly. But it's alright, it still looks pretty good with the dual exhaust. You could even put it on the side as well. That's what some people do with it. The hood, the hood pins or the hood catches keep the hood closed, like you can't open it. So if you want to open the hood, it's best you have that option removed. But most of the options here are very solid. You could really go crazy with this SUV. Make it close to one of the racing versions. But what I want to do is make it similar to the legal street version. Of course, the liveries are decent. I haven't really seen a real life Pajero with the stripes, but you can do that if you want. There are some liveries to mimic the Rowley versions, and they're very well done. If you love this SUV, you can do like a ton of builds. As I said, like a lot. Many colors, silver, red, white, black, with the liveries, white wheels to just make it pop. I did, like with any car I review, I do a fine amount of research, and private owners do like a lot of custom wheels, a lot of crazy stuff. What I want to do with this one is give it like a red or a Torino red. When I was recording this footage, it was a bit difficult to decide, but I eventually decided to put the Torino red since it's a bit brighter than the standard red, and it looks so much better. You could make it match as well. The body kit there is secondary, as you can see. So what I want to do is make it match. It just looks really good. I believe the street version is iconic in silver. That's how it's well known from what I've seen. There's also quite a few red ones, but I just love the red. It just makes it pop out more. And the roof options are pretty cool. You can really do a lot, make it a personal off-roading type of vehicle, or you can go full rowley with it. You can really give it a lot of character as well. That's what I like. For the skid marks, I went for the drilled skid marks. No, not that one. I believe it was a performance skid marks, as you're gonna see in a bit. I did try to do some research, but I just couldn't remember how the skid marks looked on this one. So that's the one I went with. and it looks good. The I don't recall the snorkels work, but you can put it on if you want, I guess, if that's your thing. For the spur wheels, you really have a decent amount to work with here. I want it to be exposed because it looks good. You can make this pretty low, or you could keep it stock. But I don't want to lower this. And for the wheels, I want to leave it stock, but I'll show you some of the other options available in the off-road section. And they do look very good. And as always, for the windows, I don't like to make it super dark. Only like a light tint. So what I do for most cars, except for the classic cars, on the classic cars it looks very strange, but I don't really consider this a classic car yet, somewhat. But and you could cover some of the windows, as you can see. You can add some deflectors or whatever they're called inside. The texture quality is decent, and the detail is great. As you can see in the engine model, or the engine cover on top, it's unique. I haven't seen any other vehicle that has that. Because Rockstar likes to share the same parts with different vehicles again and again, but this one's unique. As you can see, the whole model of this car is just very well done. The interior is, however, reused in many vehicles, but it's still fitting for this car. Like it still works. And as you can see, the back door opens like a door, or the back hatch. There's also like a tow hitch there, but it's a bit useless. It also gets in the way of the door. Many cool details on this thing. It's just well done. Besides the tow hitch, but everything else on this SUV is just great to look at. And I did my best to replicate the street version, which this one is mostly based on. The speed is decent and the handling is pretty good. As you can see, or as you're gonna see in a bit, it's very nimble. You can make a lot of quick and sharp turns with this. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it spinning out. Um, the speed, I mean, it's good, but there's not like a big wow to it. You know, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel extreme, I guess, but it's still very adequate. However, it does shine best in its off-roading, as I will get to in a bit in the next clip. Off-roading is great. As you can see, it's very fun. It doesn't tip over. It just handles all the jumps very well. And it as well as rough terrain, whatever rough terrain you're on. Of course, you need to be a little careful. You know, sometimes, like what happened here, like I just fell off the steep incline, or whatever you call it, the hill. And like any other vehicle in the game, the windows are a bit brittle or fragile, but it's not a big deal. And just be a bit careful. But other than that, it's very fun. If you do a lot of car meets or car events with other players, especially the off-road type of stuff, then this is a great option. Or just for car meets in general, it's just great. For races, off-road races, it's gonna be very, very fun. I bet you're guaranteed to get first place if you're skilled. That's all I got for today. I have plenty more to come, so if you're interested, please stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching.